In deciding what my next Zelda-inspired video should be, I decided that making your every Zelda YouTuber's top Zelda games ranked video needed to be next. I wasn't going to make this video, but I figured it would clear up some potential confusion for the order I make the next few videos, and why they're ordered that way. I'm not going to include Tears of the Kingdom on this list as it hasn't come out yet, but I'm fairly certain it'll probably end up in my top 5. I also want to preface that this list is constantly changing and is rarely a sure thing. So this ranking is as of January 20th, 2023, subject to change at literally any time. Remember, these videos are highly subjective, and I hope your personal list differs from my own. I'm also not going to include games I haven't played, because there's no way for me to actually judge those games, so sorry to these ones. I also want to add that I love all these games, and just because one is low on the list doesn't mean I don't love it. I just have more fond memories of the others. So let's get into these titles and where my next videos are headed. Bottom of the list at number 16 is Adventure of Link. It's a difficult game and I haven't gotten into it. I'm hoping to actually complete it one day, but I don't know when that will be, as it's not a high priority for me. At number 15, we have Phantom Hourglass. The only reason this one is so low is because I honestly don't remember playing it too much, but I do know I enjoyed it. Skyward Sword is 14, and this one probably isn't too much of a surprise if you watch my personal history with Zelda video. It's mostly bogged down by the janky motion controls and the linear storyline. The Legend of Zelda is the one that started it all. This game is obviously classic, and there's no denying that. But like Zelda 2, it's difficult, and there are the limitations placed on it because of the hardware at that time. Number 12 is Spirit Tracks. Like I said in my previous video, this game is underrated. It's a unique adventure that probably would have had a better release on a different system, but it at least utilized the DS in a fun way. The Minish Cap is clearly a favorite among fans, and it's no wonder why with how fun it is and the wonderful gameplay elements offered. At 10, we have A Link Between Worlds, and it is slowly creeping up on my list with each playthrough. The total recreation of A Link to the Past overworld alone is enough for me to love this game. I have a lot of fond memories associated with this game, and I'll always have a near and dear place in my heart. It's much better than it has any right to be. It's unfortunately just a bit too easy, but I won't fault it for that too much, as the first 2 entries in the series are almost too difficult. The Oracle games were quite recently higher on this list, and the only reason they moved down is because, while making my last video, I realized I appreciate the other games more than these. Oracle of Seasons edges out Ages simply because I played it first, and I let nostalgia dictate a lot of this list. Coming in at number 6 is The Wind Waker. This game was a bit lower before, but I love the rather dark undertones buried beneath an ocean of bright colors and themes. See what I did there? I also have fond memories in the build-up of getting the GameCube and this game. So here we are, the final 5 in the direction for my next few videos. I'm going to be making a light reflection on each of these games individually, explaining why I love them so much, what I dislike, etc. At number 5, we have A Link to the Past. This one has moved up after making the last video, because listening to the soundtrack reminded me how much nostalgia I actually have for this game. Number 4 is Majora's Mask. There's something comforting about the safe peace in Clocktown, but not really being safe with that terrible moon looming over you. The 3-day cycle, which I'll get into deeper in the Majora's Mask video, gives a unique, amazing game mechanism. Now the next 3 are honestly interchangeable as my number 1, but I'm going to let nostalgia be the deciding factor for the sake of this video and my future videos, resulting in my number 3 spot going to Breath of the Wild. Man, what an incredible game this one is, and quite literally a breath of fresh air for the series. Man, I'm slaying it with these puns. 2 is Twilight Princess, as I'm sure comes as no surprise if you watched my last video, as is the case with my number 1 pick, Ocarina of Time. These 2 games bleed into each other, and Twilight Princess is essentially Ocarina of Time reinvented into a unique new adventure. I know it's cliche, but cliches are cliches for a reason, and since I loved this game when it first released, I'm okay with it. I won't say much more on these games, as they'll be more fully explored in my reflective videos on them. I'm excited to play Tears of the Kingdom and see where it'll wind up on this list. I'm assuming near the top, but I guess we'll have to wait till May to find that out. Thanks again for watching, and have an incredible day.